And we're back to another episode of the Mike and Sully podcast. I am Mike.
And I'm Sully.
And last episode, we kind of botched our intro for the whale. So to make up for it, here's a clean one. Take it away, whale. Thank you, whale! For that amazing performance. And if you were just startled...
That got me so off guard.
If you were just startled, I'm very sorry. We had talked about doing biker voices. I keep looking at the mic as if it's the
Monster
camera.
voices, though, right? Monsters.
We were talking about doing... Well, I said monsters to begin with, and then biker. Because I wanted us to sound kind of like... Do you know Macho Man Randy Savage?
No.
Okay. He was a wrestler.
And
he taught, I'm gonna rough him up.
But why would we talk like that if we're monsters?
We're not we're not oh, you mean like as our characters?
Yeah.
But I'm the only monster.
Oh.
You're a pilot.
Yeah.
Your whole character is a pilot.
Okay.
An old man.
Okay.
The only rasp you should have to your voice is from cigarettes.
Okay.
Speaking of, I didn't smoke a single cigarette this last weekend.
I was going to ask.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you buy the cigarettes?
The person that was traveling with us brought a pack of cigarettes.
From their
city
they live in?
Yeah, is that allowed? Are you allowed to take cigarettes on a plane?
Yeah. Well, I think so. I don't know.
Then yes.
Interesting.
I believe so.
Because they just had them on them, or because they bought them for the photo?
Well, they just bought them to enjoy. Yeah. I don't know what photo you're referring to. Was there a photo?
The photo that you wanted to take.
Yeah, and we never took it, and I'm so mad.
Yeah.
I forgot I showed you that.
Yeah.
With the cool drawing.
Show me. Oh, well, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
Anyways.
Cool drawing. Stick figures.
The stick figures were cool. Yeah, no. No.
Didn't happen.
The cigarettes, I actually don't think I saw a single cigarette. Yeah.
My, the number one fan will be proud because she did ask me if you smoke cigarettes.
Wow. Again? Like recently?
I'm referring to my mom.
Oh! Thank you. Thank you for your concern, number one fan. And number one fan, special shout out to you. I'm going to look at the camera.
Nice.
If you're watching this with the footage. If you're not, if you're just
She's
listening...
definitely listening while driving.
Alright. Then just listen to my voice as I give you a specific shout out for caring about my health. But just know that if there are worries, that is something you could potentially berate me on in a future episode.
Nice.
So maybe a little tag team.
Yeah, we could get like some motherly advice.
Right. That could be a fun segment.
Yeah.
So again, to the audience, we're planning a Mother's Day episode.
Yeah.
And motherly advice would be fun.
Be good.
Like I just pitched them terrible things I did like 4 years ago. What would you have done?
Yeah. How should I handle this situation? And then what you actually did.
Yeah.
That's fun.
That could be fun. Or how about I tell your mom things I actually did that my mom knows about, and then see how your mom would have reacted versus how my mom did react.
Yeah, that's really fun.
All right, these are ideas.
Planning for a future.
Planning for a future episode. Yes. That's great. Well, here we are. We're back. It is going to be the last episode of March, almost assuredly.
Crazy.
But we're on track. Like this is going to be episode 7.
That's pretty good.
We're pretty confident we'll be able to get season 4 wrapped up by the end of April. So I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been a good run.
Yeah, we got some feedback from a listener.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't so much feedback, but she described... Do you ever notice that I do that a lot? In a sentence, I say something happened, and then my very next sentence is negating what I just said.
Yeah.
We got some feedback. Well, it wasn't feedback. I feel like I do that all the time.
Yeah. That's
with like
we
all
love
sorts
it.
of things.
The listeners love it.
Like,
unless that was the feedback.
I ate a bowl of cereal. It wasn't a bowl. You know?
It was a plate.
Yeah. But, so the audience member, who is a... well, I said I'd keep it anonymous, actually. So we're going to keep it anonymous, who she is.
Does she have a nickname, though?
No, I forgot. I didn't have time. I ran into her today, so that's a hint as to where she might be. But she didn't have... We briefly interacted in the hallway,
okay.
And then she didn't have a chance to, like, come up with one.
Oh, man. Okay, well.
Nor did I ask for one.
Okay,
but, like,
well, next
I
time
thought
you see
about
her, because I don't know her.
Yeah.
So I feel like the nickname she chooses will kind of give me some insight on her.
I have a couple that spring to mind.
Okay.
It's a really slow spring. One is just like very simple, which would be, well, no, that's a giveaway. But again, all our nicknames are, well, not really. Not important. Anyways, she said she listened to our last episode, and her jaw dropped as we were listing our favorite months.
Really?
In disappointment.
What?
Yeah.
I've reflected on it because I listened to it too, and every single one I was like, yep, checks.
I reflected on it and honestly was like, I agreed with most of what I had. I don't know why I had March so high. As high as I did. It should fall back a little for me. Yeah.
Definitely.
I had it at 6, I think.
Where did she, like, what were her qualms?
I think she was a bigger fan of spring. Oh. And I had spring, like, really back there.
Yeah. Well, spring, here's the thing. I love spring. Mm-hmm. When it actually is spring.
Yeah.
Like today, the first half of today.
You're right.
Great.
Not what's going on right now.
Not what we're experiencing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we might run out of power.
We're supposed to get tornadoes.
Or a hail might just start
just a
clapping.
Giant hail.
Yeah. One hail might land and crush us in this condo. So just be aware of that. Yeah. It is stormy out. So be safe.
This is what you get when you rank spring that high in your month list. Though.
Exactly.
You got to keep in mind.
God is vindictive.
Interesting. Did she is she not a fall person? Because like we were both fall first few.
For sure. And yeah, I think knowing her personality, I feel like she likes all the seasons. But no, I don't. She definitely did not have fall as high.
Is she from here?
No, she I think was born and raised in California, but then
probably has a great spring there.
Right. It depends on what part.
And
of California.
A bad fall.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Because their fall is just like it doesn't change much. I don't think.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, like we get like fall cozy. We get fall cozy.
Right.
And I don't think that
that's kind of fall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
like, what do you do for Halloween there?
Sweat.
Yeah, just have a bad time. I'm the sweat monster. Oh, cool! Like 5th year in a row.
Probably don't get drenched in rain though.
But drenched in sweat. I'd rather get drenched in rain.
There you go. That's a good point. I'm curious to see, like, how long has she been up here?
A few years.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was her first year.
No.
Here.
No.
I take back everything I've said.
I've known her for 3 years. Wow.
Okay.
2 years.
Okay, well.
This is going to make me look bad, and I apologize for not really remembering all the little details. We don't talk, we didn't, as of like 2 months ago, we didn't necessarily speak all the time. We recently discovered something we haven't common.
Right, yes.
So.
Yeah. 10 minutes before our first bleep, though. That's pretty good.
Better than last episode. We only made it 3 minutes. Anyway, sorry for that probably like 30-minute long beep you just listened to. Number one fan. Hopefully you're still on the road.
Anyways, what I was going to say about this friend of yours.
Yes.
I thought that if she wasn't from here, she doesn't understand like why we like fall so much.
Oh.
If she's only experienced like California falls.
A disclaimer, pretty sure she said that she lumps September into summer.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay.
I think last year I gave her that.
But you can't be wishy-washy
like
year by year. I know. So like I'm saying, September, the beauty of a Washington fall is that you have September doing that little...
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Here comes a special delivery. A surprise. Well, not really. We planned this, but thank you.
Thank you.
So much. To Celia. Say hi, Celia. Thank you for the tea.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Reppin'.
Oh, nice.
Mike and Sully.
I was thinking we should get a mug per season.
I was also thinking of
that'd be
that.
fun. And then just imagine how like decorative that could look.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Oh my God.
With all the different colors.
Yes,
okay,
that's why. It's because like the color change,
yeah.
I think, is pretty crucial.
That's fun.
Also, speaking of the colors, I had a fantastic chat with the artist behind the original design very recently.
Okay.
And he and I walked through like a whole. He basically gave me like a Photoshop lesson over the phone. And so I learned some nifty tricks to make it way easier for me to duplicate our season.
Oh, nice.
Over season. He didn't know that we were still recording. He thought it was like a one season and done kind of thing. And so then I told him, I was like, dude, we're on season 4.
Yeah.
Like, I've been making more cover arts without you.
Yeah. Adding fingers, adding color.
And he died when he saw the fingers. He was like, have you just been copying the thumb? And I was like, yes, I have been copying the thumb.
If you haven't looked at our cover art, if you can, like, zoom in, like, screenshot and zoom in on the hand just to get what we're talking about.
And that's the only bummer for season 3 specifically. And I could go back and edit, but I don't really feel like it. On Spotify, at least, I can't speak for the others. But because we now use video, it loads in with the video. It doesn't show the cover art. And in season 3, we didn't have our theme song. So there isn't a section of the video that has our...
That's a good point.
So it's a little tough for season 3.
And 3 was good, too.
3 was good.
Yeah.
So 3 is the one you won't see because our heading on our account is just whatever the current season is. So right now it's 4.
Right. Yeah. Well, anyways, go zoom in. It's fun.
Zoom in, take a look. It's fun. I already did 5. And so we're like good for season 5.
Nice. Because we are zooming.
We're zooming.
We're going to be there very soon.
And I just wanted to scam Adobe. I was like, okay, I'm going to sign up for their subscription.
Nice.
And then I edited together multiple.
Love that.
I should have just done 10.
We should have the listeners write in what color they think is going to be next.
Ooh, that could be fun. It's like betting on the Gatorade color at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, or just guessing what color we're going to be next.
Yes, yeah, but there will be a prize.
Yeah.
Oh, eventually we'll give a prize.
We'll get them a mug.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
yes. Okay. There will be a prize sometime.
Nice.
Wait, we haven't said what color season 5 is yet, right?
No, that's what they're guessing.
Oh, I thought we were waiting till season 6. But season 5 works. I'm pro that.
Yeah.
Season 5.
Season 5.
Season 5. Clearly we did not pre-negotiate this deal, but I like it. Whoa. So that was our fun comment. And because it's time sensitive, I would like to go over to our... well, hang on. I'll do my reporter voice. Thanks, Steve. And now with the weather, we're going to head over to Sully's Sunny Side Up report. Here's Sully.
Thank you for that intro, Mike. As we discussed, we have some crazy weather out there. Currently looking very gray.
Seems like it's calmed down a bit.
It was raining when we started.
It was.
It's now not raining. But if I look at some of my aviation weather, I should have had this ready and I don't.
Can you, maybe as it's opening, can you describe what you would use? What does a pilot look for on a map of the weather as you guys are flying? Is it a radar? And what are you guys looking for? Clouds, storms?
Well, so it depends. We look for turbulence. We can see where they project or expect turbulence to be.
And do you guys go out of your way to run into that?
Rude. No, we'll actually change altitude, and dispatch will add fuel for us if we expect turbulence. They'll add fuel so we can stay lower. And
by adding fuel, you mean is that is the use of fuel so sensitive that because you guys when you land you can land overweight or something or underweight or no? I'm making some things up.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, when you're talking about adding weight, obviously I think the audience understands that there's not another plane flying and refueling.
No, well, not for us. They do that,
right? They do that, right? But they're more so saying we expect you now to land with this much fuel left.
Well, so we would look at the weather. Or dispatch would look at the weather, and they'd say, "Oh, we're expecting moderate turbulence from 350 to 400, 35,000 feet and above, basically."
Okay.
Something like that. So then they would say, "So instead of having you go up to that, we're going to keep you low. We're going to keep you at 33,000 feet or whatever altitude to stay out of the turbulence." And then they'll have to put on more fuel because if you fly lower, you burn more fuel.
Right.
So they would plan ahead. They would look and say hey, we're going to keep you low, so we'll give you more fuel for that. How's the tea?
It's hot. But when you, like, what do you literally mean when you say they give you more fuel?
We're still on the ground in San Francisco.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
So we look ahead. Yeah.
I totally missed it. I thought you were in the air.
No.
Okay.
This is before we depart. And
My
then
apologies.
They coordinate with the fuelers and give us more fuel.
Totally understood. So they are actually physically giving you more fuel.
Yes.
I thought, that's why I went on that whole tangent. I thought they were just saying, like, oh, we're going to give you more fuel, like you fly in with an expectation of how much fuel you'll have left. Mm-hmm. That was wrong.
Yeah, well, I should have clarified. When we're actually flying, we still look at turbulence. We can actually get turbulence reports from the other planes. We have all the planes that are using a specific app.
Okay.
Will send whatever turbulence their iPad detects, and they'll send it out to basically the app. So all the other planes can say, like, oh, this plane at our altitude hit moderate turbulence. We'll probably hit it in 5 minutes or something like that.
What's the app called?
Skypath.
Oh, it's not very clever. I was hoping it would have like a cool like Tinder kind of name, but for planes.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And then we'll look at like cells, like thunderstorm cells and stuff. And we'll see if there's lightning. We always look at strikes and stuff. Right. And then you also check the weather at your departure airport, destination airport, and then airports en route.
So that's helpful.
What we look at.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
The weather that we're having today, It was beautiful. We had, I think we broke records yesterday for temperature.
Yeah.
Like, it was like
oh my god. And like from Monday to Tuesday, like the temperature change was like 18 to 20 degrees or something like that.
I didn't see that. That's like, crazy.
Ugh.
Crazy high temperatures. We have a lot of moisture in the air. And a lot of
I think we can tell.
The hair looks great.
Thank you.
And a lot of convective activity, which is starting down, I believe, like south of Portland and moving up north. I heard. And there's possible for severe thunderstorms, which we don't usually get in the Northwest like this. They get them in the Midwest a lot, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Lightning, flooding, big hail.
And in Spokane.
And in Spokane. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And possible tornadoes.
Right.
Which I don't think
that's not going to happen.
Anyways, that's the happenings on weather.
We talked about, at work today, tornadoes, and I was like, I can't believe they haven't come up with I can't believe we haven't somehow designed something that can stop a tornado. Like a giant fan that shoots air in the other direction. Yeah. And then we were like, well, what if we just create a super tornado spinning the other way?
Wow.
I thought, okay, that's fair. And then I thought, okay, what if we just, the old American way, let's just bomb it. Bomb the tornado.
That's it.
Because what are you damaging if you hit the tornado? Exactly.
Like, what would you bomb? Like, you would just
tornado.
Time the. You just
like
have
to go into the funnel.
Yeah. But what if it doesn't time right and then it gets like shot by the wind and then it blows up somewhere else?
That would suck.
I don't know if that's science, but like that feels like a lot of risk.
Well, we can test it. I'm sure there's a tornado machine that can make a fake tornado and then drop a bomb.
Yeah.
It's just a thought. A thought. I think that's one natural disaster we should be able to battle by now.
You know what I'm freaked out about?
An earthquake.
Yeah.
Pretty scary.
Well, because you said there was one in the 500,
Pacific, right? Well, yeah.
Wasn't it off the coast of, like, New Zealand, though?
I didn't read the article. I simply relayed to you that there was before the fans jumped down my throat for passing on bad information, all I texted you was, also, there was an earthquake in the Pacific. There was no tsunami warning for, like, that's all I said.
He did say that. Yeah.
So I didn't say there was a tsunami. That would be worse.
I did look into it, though. I think it was off of the coast of New Zealand.
You know what I would do? I'd simply ride the wave.
I would just succumb.
You'd be one with the ocean.
I know, I'm not gonna.
You know what I'd be okay with is if the Pacific Ocean was warm.
That'd be nice.
That hit me.
I'd be okay if it wasn't so dark and scary.
That too.
I hate that.
There's some bright lights down there.
Yeah, light it up. Let's see what's really down there.
Yeah. That's a good point. Why don't we get lights down there? We talked about this, I think, early on in our careers.
Our
about
career?
Yeah, about like the ocean and how like there's still a lot to explore. I think I went on a whole tangent about how I think sea monsters are real.
Oh.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like...
I don't know about that for
It's
me.
connected distantly to my all mountains are dragons theory.
Okay, but... Yeah. Well, I just
that
drove.
That was fun.
I drove the pass.
Was it
like
sleeping?
last week. It was sleeping.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It's a fun thing where basically, it's if you want to immerse yourself in nature, the next time you're driving near a mountain pass... and it's foggy. Just imagine that the mountain itself is a dragon and it's snoring, and then the air is like coming out of its nostrils, and that's the fog.
It's really nice. And it's like the mountains are like its back, like the...
Yeah.
The, what are those called?
Scales?
The scales.
Well,
like on its back? Is that
or,
it?
no, what would those be called?
But you know what we're talking about, like the...
Yeah, the sharp things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The triangles on the dinosaur's back.
Yeah, what are those? I don't know what you would call those. Because they're not horns.
Okay, they're not horns. I feel like scales was pretty close.
Alright.
Anyways, that's what the mountains are.
Back pointers.
Yeah. The back pointers
The back
are
pointers.
the mountains. That's fun.
Oh, I meant to start with this. Have you had any of your tea yet?
No,
It got cool.
Did it?
In that amount of time.
Okay, because it was boiling hot when I grabbed it earlier. Oh, it still feels...
Just take a sip. I think the audience would love to hear it. They didn't hear it.
Well, I was so scared. I was so scared of being burned.
Oh, yeah. See, the only thing I miss about talking with mics in our hands is we really used to get that ASMR feel.
Really get in there.
Yeah. I think in episode 1 or 2 we had tea. And I can picture us sitting in my in that spare bedroom. And definitely just like... and it was great.
I have a video from one of our first recordings.
Yeah. Is it when the whole thing falls? Yeah. Was it my phone? Or was it like our mics?
I should see what actually happens because I was just like sitting on the
We'll
floor.
add it here.
Yeah. And then I turned the camera around to you and somehow like I think you were on one of those bouncy balls.
Yeah,
like those,
I
the
did
yoga
have
ball.
one. I did
and
have
then
one.
like somehow I believe your phone and the whole mic system just fell all at once.
The recording going great.
Yeah.
I remember that. I meant to lead with this.
Okay.
This morning, as is kind of probably what we've recorded 37. This is the 37th episode,
Crazy.
which is cool. 36 really, because we don't count Moms on a Plane. And you weren't there. Went rogue. I would guess maybe... How many out of the 36 do you think I've come on the episode and been like, yep, since last episode I've had a panic attack?
Like that you've said that or that
Yeah,
you've had...
like that we've... Well, even just, I guess maybe... How many times do you think that we've recorded it near a time where I had one?
I don't know. Like
I was going to say 6.
I was going to say 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
7.
Really?
So again, I just love oversharing. Had a panic attack this morning.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
This is the first time hearing of this.
Yeah. Well, I got to keep some things.
Normally we just
Yeah.
chat for hours before.
And then repeat.
Yeah.
It's a really odd thing for the brain to experience, probably, because it's us telling each other everything, then us telling each other everything again, and then I immediately re-listen to the whole episode.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, that was funny the third time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it wasn't too terrible. Like, I've had worse panic attacks. But again, the only way to really get people thinking about panic attacks and making them start panic is by talking about them as if they're no big deal.
Nice.
But not in like a dismissive way, because they can be a big deal. But mine today was like not a full-blown panic attack. So I'm just trying not to over-exaggerate, I guess is what I'm saying. But anyways, yeah, like, so I was getting ready for work, and I was getting dressed, and I was kind of running behind, and I threw on an outfit, and then I was like, man, I feel so warm. And the problem was, it was so hot yesterday. Both comparatively and, like, if you just don't know where the house I currently live in, the condo I live in, it gets so hot. If there is no cloud coverage, it can be a 50-degree day and still feel like it's 75 in here.
Yeah.
So, like, yesterday being high 60s with direct sunlight all day was toasty.
Yeah.
So it just felt warm already, and so then waking up, and like I literally woke up like kind of sweaty because I still slept under my big Pendleton blanket, so I was dumb. But anyways, it was like, man, I'm pretty warm. So I was like, I'm changing outfits, like because I was wearing like a button up, like a dress shirt, and then an undershirt, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna wear a polo so I have less layers, because I don't want to overheat all day. So I quickly changed, but now again I'm running behind. So I leave, get in the car, I'm driving down to the boat, and then I'm like, I forgot to brush my teeth, and that made me furious.
Yeah.
And then I'm just like, so now I'm just thinking about all sorts of things, and I'm like, my mouth is getting really dry. But then I get to the ferry, and I'm just standing in line, and nothing too crazy is happening. And then we board the boat, and then that's when it really set in. There was this weird feeling, like, throughout that morning where, like, I just felt like I wasn't getting deep breaths through my nose. Like, it was like, it just felt stuffed. But, like, for no reason.
Yeah.
And so, like, I was trying to breathe, but of course, when you can't breathe, you
And
get panicky. Yeah. And then you're on an enclosed boat in the dark, you know, because it's 6 a.m.
I don't think I knew that you took a boat that early.
I take a boat at 6:05.
That's really early.
Yeah.
And it's like a 30-minute boat.
Mm-hmm.
How long's the walk on the other side?
5 minutes.
You get to the office so early.
I do. 6:45 almost every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's news to me. Okay.
Anyways.
Sorry.
So, like, I was trying to read, because I like to read on the boat every morning, and I couldn't focus. I was so fixated on staying alive. And I was like, man, like, this stinks. Because it was weird, because I had like a mini... I knew I was anxious yesterday. Shout out to, like, random Instagram videos you stumble across, and then it just ruins the rest of your day. It was short-lived, but, like, right before Celia and I went to the gym, I stumbled across this video of a young woman who had just recently been diagnosed with ALS. And then, so she's like, yeah, and so she's telling her story. I should have stopped watching the video. She's telling her story about how she got diagnosed. She's like, well, like, I couldn't walk on both of my heels. Like, her sister was a doctor, and she was like, try walking on both your heels. And she couldn't. Her left foot kept falling. So basically, she ended up with a limp in her left leg. And, like, people were trying to figure out why, and then it ended up, like, spreading to her right leg, and then... Anyways.
Wow.
So then I spent, like, 20 minutes walking on my heels around the condo.
Course. Yeah.
And Celia's like, I think you're fine. And I was like, you never know. But anyway, so, like, then we went to the gym, and I felt kind of off, like, just the whole... For, like, a little... probably, like, an hour or so. Just off. But nothing... Like, not panicky, but just off. Anyways, that subsided. And then, into the morning, though, it all just erupted again. And I was just like, oh... So then, yeah, literally, like, I put my book away, and I'm just, like, trying to do, like, breathing exercises, and I'm on the inside, I'm on the window seat, so, like, I can't just ask people to get up, or I would have to ask people to get up if I wanted to get up, and so I just had to tough it out.
Gosh.
So I toughed it out.
Oh, my goodness.
Got to the office, and, you know, I just tried to reassure myself of, like, look, we'll get to the other side. Once I'm off the boat, that'll make things better. Then I got off the boat, and I was still feeling pretty... weird, like just trying to breathe and stuff. So I was like, look, once I can walk to the office, it'll be fine. Then it was like, once I get up the elevator, and then, you know, slowly but surely I got there and started my morning routine, like at work, and then Stripes showed up, and that made things a lot better, because like we just started chatting and stuff. I hadn't seen Stripes in a long time, because he was also on vacation. So, that was, but yeah, it was not fun.
No, it sounds... very unfun.
Yeah. Again, Ring said I was fine.
Starting to wonder if
Come on, Aura
Ring.
No, it was helpful, because again, I did check it, and like, it knew my heart rate wasn't spiking. So like, I think sometimes you get into like a fake, at least for me personally, like when I start to panic, I think sometimes I think I have a higher heart rate than I do.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm breathing, but then I think I have a racing heart, but realistically, my heart rate didn't elevate too much, which is good. Unless you're bleeding out. Like, because then your heart rate would slow.
But you weren't bleeding.
But I wasn't bleeding, so I figured a slower heart rate the better.
Yeah.
Of just like mellowing out.
That is so stressful though, especially being enclosed in a space.
Hopefully tomorrow morning goes better. But at least I know that I can do it.
Yes.
But one thing about all this that I wanted to bring up to you specifically was it reminded me, and I kind of was reflecting on, I honestly think Ted Lasso doesn't get enough credit for how well it portrays panic attacks and like anxiety. And people might disagree. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, spoiler alert, he suffers from anxiety, but no, not really any spoiler there. But you should watch it, even if that just piques your interest, just that side of it.
Yeah.
But if you have seen it, then you know. And I think it's phenomenal. And I really reflected on it today because I was like sitting there, because Celia and I have been watching it, which is why it was so quick to come to mind. As it was as I was experiencing it, I was thinking of the scenes I had like just recently watched.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm doing some of those things like that he does. And then like, which is, you might think that's kind of weird, but it's actually a really useful grounding technique in terms of like, okay, he was just panicking, which means I'm just panicking.
Yeah.
I'm not dying.
Yeah.
So it was like this bizarre line of logic to get there, but it was cool. I think they really did a really good job. You probably won't know that unless you suffer from panic attacks, but
yeah. I don't have panic attacks, but I've appreciated how the show kind of teaches you or like shows you what it can be or how it shows itself for some people. I think Ted Lasso does a good job with a lot of things, like a lot of important topics, but that's one of them. And like I think from what I remember, I haven't seen it in a while, but like he kind of like it starts ringing and like he kind of just goes tunnel visions and can't like really take in stuff that's happening around him. And I imagine that's, I don't know, pretty similar. Like I've had like social anxiety and stuff, which I haven't had a full panic attack, but I've had situations where I've been like really stressed. Yeah. And it's kind of similar to that, and like not the same degree, but just like trying to focus on one thing and just like, okay, I'm fine, but I can't focus on everything else around me type of thing.
Right.
Like, just settle down for a second. But I'm glad that it's an accurate portrayal, at least in your experience.
Yeah, no, it seems like very on the money for certain experiences. Obviously, everyone's going to be slightly different. Like, one thing I actually mentioned to Celia earlier when she and I were talking about this was that I don't get a ringing in my ears. But, like, some of there's, like, the small things of just, like, he grabs his hands a lot. Does, like, and I don't know if it's because they're clammy or not, like, because he's just sweating, but that, like, just that action, like, I literally, like, found myself doing it. Because, like, I don't know, it's just so bizarre. I'm just, like, trying to, like, figure things out. And, like, so those little things and just, like, this will sound cheesy, but, like, even just, like, the way I can picture, and again, shout out to Jason Sudeikis, I guess, for all of this, but just the way he looks. Like, it's like a half a look of bewilderment, and then, but also, like, just, like, sad. Like, you're not necessarily fearful, like, because I think there's a difference between the two. So, for me personally, like, I'm not always necessarily scared. I'm more like a lot of them I'm just confused.
Yeah, that's what I get.
What is going on?
Like trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah, especially early on in the show, he's like extra confused. And bewildered.
But just like trying to assess, like, okay, wait, what's going on? Yeah. Like,
and like, so I had, I had the dry mouth. I had, I felt weak. Like my legs go weak a lot.
Right.
Or not a lot, but it's something I've experienced in the past. Which, of course, I feel like I level up like a video game character of like I inherit a new ability almost every once a year, where it's like, okay, this year, like when I get anxious, my legs will start to like feel weak, like because that was kind of new last year, where one day I was just waiting for the ferry and my legs we went to start walking. And, like, my legs, like, felt kind of like jelly. And I was like, what is... And I got
Do you
super
get shaky?
scared. I don't get too shaky, no. I got kind of nauseous this morning, or nauseated. I forget the grammatically correct one. But kind of that. I was like leaning to the side towards the window with just my hand over my eyes, just trying to block out the light and just trying to breathe. And then I got the sensation of falling basically. So like I had to like lean forward and like catch myself. So like, which is embarrassing because then people are like, "What's he doing?" But at 6 a.m. in the morning, people probably just think I fell asleep.
Yeah.
And then like literally like just woke up.
Yeah.
But that was kind of it. And then sometimes that level of an external stimuli can be like very useful, I think, in terms of knocking me out of it. Mm-hmm. So like I got the butterflies in my stomach from like feel like I'm falling, and then that kind of like brought me back a little bit more to like the real life aspect. So because honestly, once that happened, that was about halfway through the ride, I felt better. Like I wasn't getting super nervous anymore.
Does your breathing change? Do you get like hyperventilating or like? I
get close. Like well, I don't actually know. It feels like I get close. Like that's always what I'm like. Oh man, and then it gets worse. But like I talk myself almost into like I feel like I'm getting close to hyperventilating. I don't know if I ever am because I'm always able to control. And like I shout out to Celia. She was making me, or she was helping me do I don't know if there's a specific term for it, but basically I do box breathing or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Like I do it for like 4-8-4-8. So I was doing that this morning.
Okay, that's nice.
But like so yeah, no, like I think unless I'm being hyper specific about that type of breathing, I then will think, oh, I'm either not breathing enough or I'm breathing too much. And then I'm like, well, I'm going to die.
It's happening.
It's over.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Well, it sums up, like, how exciting is that to have that? And then it's like, yeah, let me do 8 hours of my day job.
No kidding.
Which, again, that's more of just like a light joke because I understand a lot of people have. It's more of just like a collective, like we all have so much going on that it kind of sucks sometimes that we can't always put ourselves first.
Yeah.
But maybe secret like godsend was one of my other coworkers actually berated me today, telling me that I need to take more PTO and like be nicer to myself.
Wow. Wait, which coworker was this?
You wouldn't. I don't think.
They don't have a name.
No.
Well, I love that.
Yeah, because she was like, "How much PTO do you have left?" Or I said, we were talking about our anniversaries because mine's coming up soon in April,
right.
And she was like, and that's when our vacation resets each year.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, "Well, are you gonna cap out your PTO?" And I said, "Oh, no way." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I don't think I ever have." And this is my 4th year. How much PTO
do you get?
We get 15 days.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't think I've ever capped it out, which is just a waste. Yeah. So like before everyone comes for me, I understand what I'm doing is stupid. I'm working. I'm basically doing free work.
Yeah.
Oh, why'd I sit like this? This whole time I had kept my foot off the screen, and then I got in this comfortable position, and now my foot's out. I'm gonna leave it.
At least your toes aren't out.
That's true. Just angle them down.
Heel.
Angle them down. So yeah. So that was very nice.
How
of her.
much? Like, how much PTO have you used, do you think?
Well,
because I feel like you do a good job of still going on trips, but you do it like over weekends and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. I think what I need to do is just start being more willing to just take random like Fridays.
Yeah.
Or even random Wednesdays, just like days for myself.
Yeah.
Where I often think like I have to be doing something.
Yeah.
And then I don't.
Right.
And then, it's it can wear on you because then all of a sudden you're putting too much emphasis on making Saturday and Sunday about recovery.
Yeah. Which
can be kind of a weekend killer if that's all you're focused on. Mm-hmm. So, no, like this year, like we looked at it, and I think right now I still have 4 or 5 days, and I have basically 2 weeks to take them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we immediately went ahead and looked. Well, no. So I think I have 3 full weeks left. So all of next week, and then the next 2 weeks, plus tomorrow and Friday.
Right.
So yeah, we looked ahead and it was like, okay, if I took off this Friday, which everything on my calendar right now just says potential PTO, because obviously it depends on work, like if I can actually take it off.
Yeah.
Because it's so last minute.
Yeah.
It's like if my schedule allows, take off this Friday, not next Friday because we'll be closed, but the following like Friday, and then the following like Thursday, Friday. Then I'll only have 1 day, and that would feel like too much of a waste. That'd be a lot of. It would feel weird.
Yeah.
It would feel weird, but
Nice
it'd be
little
one heck of a
reset
way
for
to
you, though.
head into my new year's worth. So
What? How many years is this going to be?
4.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've done 4 years.
This will
and
have
you're going to year
completed
5?
4 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's gone by so fast.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. Because technically, like according to LinkedIn, I've worked for the company for 5 years. This July because of my internship.
Because it was in the summer. Yeah.
Yeah. Or this June.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Were you ever looking at other companies? Like.
Not really. No, because the internship came from a career fair, and the career fair I had only looked up the company I work for, solely because literally like I just went on to the website of the career fair. It was a list of companies. I clicked on one because I recognized the name from Highway 16.
Oh right.
And then I just read up, and it was like our main page is sustainability, this stuff, and I'm pro that.
Yeah.
And so that's the only company I looked at, and then I walked straight up to them at the career fair.
Wow.
And then I applied for their internship, and the rest is history.
There you have it, folks.
There you have it.
Is that like what Stripes did too? Like because he did
I have
the
no
internship,
idea.
right?
That's a great question. He did do the internship. I don't know how he stumbled into it,
Yeah.
though. Sorry, I don't mean to say stumbled into it like he had no control over it, or like he lucked into it. I'm sure he's very qualified.
He seems to like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So that's the panic attack story.
Well, I'm glad you seem to be doing well now.
Thanks.
Sorry
Having some
that
nice
happened, though.
decaffeinated tea.
That's no fun though. That way to start a day.
Yeah. So hopefully tomorrow we just knock out of the park.
Yes. And then hopefully you capitalize on that PTO.
Right.
And
That'd be
just,
great. That'd be great.
Yeah.
A lot of it'd be nice to not have to work multiple Fridays
Yeah.
coming up. So
That
we'll
would
see.
be nice.
We'll see. And then you would be a pro to get a new car
Right.
to then go places on those days off.
Love.
The stupid fly.
There have been flies in here this whole time.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
do you think
They're
it's
really
multiple,
small.
or is it just one fly?
I've seen at
Aw,
least
man.
2 at once.
Oh,
But they're really small.
that
But they
sucks.
are kind of...
The weather seems to not really be doing much.
No.
No.
Are we surprised?
No.
No.
No, we're not.
This
We're not.
is actually, I believe, an hour after it was supposed to hit. Really bad, too.
Oh, really? I thought it was supposed to hit at 8. What are we at recording?
Mine said
wise?
7.
46. This is great. Well, did you have anything before I go on to the next thing on the notepad? Okay, great. Can I tell you my phone rant?
Please, yes.
So it's not that deep, and it's not gonna take that long. It just made me angry. I don't know why I picked up the pen.
So you can click it.
Yeah. Social media.
Okay.
I'm scrolling, and I find this guy's video, and he's basically filming a video of then versus now, and it's and he basically films himself doing the most innocuous things, just hanging out, eating breakfast, walking to the bus stop, stuff like that.
Okay.
And the then versus now is phones versus no phones. And so, every time in the now, it's a guy eating his cereal while he's texting or while he's scrolling.
Okay.
And then it's and then he makes the then seem so much more, incredible because he's eating his bowl of cereal while looking out his back window.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. So his whole point is we used to appreciate things so much better before phones. So my phone rant is pro phones,
nice.
Surprisingly.
Let's hear it.
Some people might have thought I was going anti-phones. I think phones, it's such an easy take to say that we're all addicted to our phones. You might not be wrong. We probably are a little over-addicted to our phones. But guess what? Phones are super cool.
Yeah.
They're super useful. They're hazardous, don't get me wrong. They're dangerous because of like what's out there and like what people can say to you.
Sorry, the clicking is.
Oh, did I click again?
It's happening.
Get it out of here.
I was messing it with it too when it was over.
But yeah,
I hear you.
It just made me mad. It felt like a low hanging fruit. Like we want to make this cool video, and it's like, dude, everyone
that he made on his phone.
Thank you. Yeah. First of all, we don't know that for sure, but I would assume so.
Okay.
Assuming he didn't sketch it all. Stop motion.
Wait.
They were Legos.
Oh, it was. It wasn't him actually.
No, I'm kidding. It was him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
I think phones are really great for keeping you connected to people.
Yes.
That's what I love about it.
Yes.
Because I basically Roz is gone.
Great. You gotta grab the pen again.
Sorry.
What are we at? 49.05. 49. Off
Anyways.
gambling.
What? Anyway, so I and
okay. Wait. Before you go too much further, is that also something you'd like to bleep just so people don't know that you?
Probably.
Oh, okay. All right. Style out of it.
Okay. I am still making friends in this town. Mike is essentially my only friend in this town.
Oh well.
Well, okay, by extension. And on her own.
There we go.
And on her own, so is my friend.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of alone time. And I do have friends, but they live in different states. And also, like, work takes them far away from here, even if they do live here.
Yeah.
So, I'm alone a lot. And I think phones do a really good job of keeping us connected. Like, I can obviously text, call, FaceTime.
Yeah.
Also, a vote for social media, which I'm still not on, but I'm thinking of coming back to.
Whoa.
It's nice to stay connected and, like, know the haps and know what's going on and, like...
One engagement happens and you are back.
What?
You said, I cannot miss this.
Yeah. An old high school...
Shout out to Bananas.
That's good.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Right? Yeah.
Just got engaged. But no, it's not even that. It's just, like... I don't know. Not knowing people's happy moments is, like, not great.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not back on it yet. Anyways,
You're
that's
talking about
another...
Instagram mostly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Nobody really gets sad on Instagram, which is good.
Where do people get sad?
Twitter.
Well, I've been off Twitter since COVID because it made me so sad.
Yeah.
I used to love Twitter.
Yeah.
Talk about funny.
Yeah. Yeah, some of the best things.
But man, it really made me sad.
Very sad.
Yeah. And it was really stressful during COVID because it was like every single person's dying and like all this stuff was happening.
TikTok was the same way.
Whatever happened to TikTok?
We got too good at making them, so they shut us down.
Oh, no more TikTok?
No, it's back.
Oh, it's...
Thank you, Trump.
Trump's America. Anyways, so yeah, I'm with you on phones being a good thing.
Yeah, but with their risks.
Yeah. Like, what do you think the risks are?
What do you mean?
Like, list some of them.
I mean, cyberbullying.
Like, since when did they make 100% fat milk?
That is a different scenario. I'm sorry, sir. You cannot join this government program. Your friend cyberbullied someone. Your friend called someone else fat. And because of that, you're out.
That's funny.
I watched half the movie Snowden recently.
Unfamiliar.
Edward
Is it about
Snowden.
Snow?
I think his name's Edward.
Oh.
Maybe it's not Edward, though. Shoot. Anyways, Snowden. He was a CIA guy, and then he like exposed the government. Like this is a real world thing.
Okay.
He exposed the government back in like 2000 something,
Mm.
and then now he lives in like Russia.
Wow.
So the government can't extradite him.
Okay.
Anyway, I watched half the movie.
Only half? It wasn't good enough to finish?
No, it's a really good movie. I just got bored.
So it wasn't good enough to finish. Interesting. I don't know anything about that. What was he exposing? Was he saying like Bush did 9/11 and stuff?
No. I think it was more like the CIA is doing like nasty things behind the scenes.
Hmm.
Like they can like access our laptop cameras and stuff like that, even if our laptop's off.
Hmm.
Like they can tap our phones.
Like how would that make you feel?
I got nothing to hide.
Me too. That's where I'm at. And honestly,
I don't
I'm like, I would not be shocked.
It's sad that I'm so ho-hum about it. Like I would love to feel pride, but the thing is, I think what happens is people as a principle stand against an invasion of privacy, but is it really an invasion of privacy if your privacy doesn't feel violated?
Yeah.
Because I simply don't care enough,
Right.
so then I don't even feel like my privacy's been violated.
Yeah.
But again,
Agreed.
I'm only speaking for myself.
And for me, because
I'm speaking for the pod.
This is where we stand.
We're a political
But
pod.
also, I'm like, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised, like,
If
they were doing that.
they just barge into this room right now. Shut it down.
We're supporting you!
Oh, that's true. Great. That's the headline that's going to come out of this. Mike and Sully Pod pro CIA.
Pro watching you through your camera.
Pro Patriot Act. Woo!
Anyways, yeah. I don't know. I don't really mind. Isn't that what they were concerned about with TikTok?
That you could see through a camera?
No, that China was, like, listening to all of it.
Oh.
That's what I heard. Because, like, if you're in the military, you can't have TikTok.
What are they going to do? Steal our ideas?
I don't know.
Who's the president of China right now? I forget.
I
But whoever it is, do you think he's like, alright guys, but like in Chinese, alright guys, Mary Lou did this dance.
Wow.
What does it mean? And how can we steal it?
What does it mean? I don't think that that's what they're concerned about. I think they're concerned about
Like
the
someone
propaganda.
with the propaganda.
Yeah. And, like, pitting people against each other and, like...
Like that one game. Oh, I have a great video to show you.
Okay.
It's
I
this
can't watch
crazy... I mean, why not?
Because I'm on...
Oh! Man, that just bummed me out. I just got scared that I was about to, like, ruin your whole Lent, which I would have.
Yeah, well...
Watch it! What about watch it? Is that technically? You just can't rewatch it because that's live.
Yeah.
It's happening right here.
Yeah, because I'm doing this.
She has not glanced once at the screen. How's that going?
It's not screens. It's just, like, videos.
Right.
Which I get that it's taking a video of me, but, like...
Yeah. We're meta. We can't
It's
take
going
videos
really well.
off. Okay. When
Well,
does it
I don't
end?
get that. What was that reference?
Easter?
We're meta?
It wasn't a reference. Not everything I do is a reference.
I thought you were talking about, like, meta, like,
independent
Facebook.
thoughts. No.
Like, we are meta.
Sheep. So it ends on Easter?
Actually, I think it ends the Wednesday before Easter, technically.
That was a super cool way to pronounce that word.
That was tough. Your face was really funny.
Wait, so that's like 2 weeks away? Then?
No, like, three.
No way.
Easter's on the 20th.
Wow, is it really that long?
So
I could still...
I'm giggly now.
I could still catch up. I could still do something
Catch
here.
up to what?
For Ash. Or for Ash. for
Ash.
Lent. I could still do some damage.
Yeah, because it's still...
Learn some... You know what? I'm giving up swearing
it's
tomorrow.
3.5 weeks away.
Okay. That's a long time. People are giving stuff up for that long?
It's me. I'm the people.
Well,
I've
think
given
other
up
people are doing
for...
stuff.
When did...
What's the first video you're going to watch
When
when
was
you
Ash Wednesday?
get out of... get out. When you've wrapped up with Lent.
I don't know.
I think you should make it that Kristen Bell, Dax Shepard video.
That's
on
a
Ellen.
good one. That one's funny.
That one is funny.
I was probably just going to watch some TV. I was probably going to watch Gilmore Girls,
Wow.
honestly.
Pretty good.
It's been a while.
Pretty good.
I miss hanging with the girls.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
What were you looking at?
I'm looking up when was Ash Wednesday.
Oh. We got a letter in the mail from someone who invited us to an Easter service.
Who was it? Was
Random
it
stranger.
Oh,
They
not
just
the person that
they
you-
left a letter. It just says to my neighbors.
Oh, is it handwritten?
Yes.
Actually?
Oh yeah. With a pamphlet that says the memorial of Jesus' death.
What church?
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh.
I briefly scanned it.
And then
Wasn't interested.
you can come with me
Okay.
if you want. You don't have to.
Is it on the 20th?
Yeah.
I think I'm house sitting for my mom.
I'm
So that'd be
actually
great.
working, so.
Oh. Well,
Might
I
be
was
working.
just saying it as a reason to go.
Oh, wait, where's your mom?
She'll be in West Virginia.
Oh.
So I'm taking care of the Tobmeister.
How long are you doing that?
5 days.
Hmm. Well, I might be working, but if not, then I'm gonna go.
Okay.
And you should go
Okay.
if you want, or don't. I don't care.
Are you evangelizing to me right now?
I I don't even know what church I'm gonna be going to. I guess I'd go to this one if you're over here.
Have we made it through an episode without referencing church?
Never.
And I'm proud of that.
A religious.
Not
crowd.
sarcastically. I think people need to be exposed. Not in a conform way. More just here's something you might not have heard before. Or here's something you might not have heard from these cool of people
Oh,
before.
nice.
Yeah.
What do you think most of our listeners, where do you think they fall on the religious spectrum?
Wow, that's a great question. Because that's not on the little charts I get
Yeah,
on the
the
app.
analytics.
It usually just says Egypt 1%.
Oh.
But no, religion isn't usually listed.
Hmm.
I know on my medical documents, I'm listed as Christian, which I thought was interesting that you answer that. But then I was like, oh, but some religions have some strict
limitations?
limitations on Jehovah's Witnesses, no blood transfusions.
Oh.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
I don't know much about
Anyways, I think we fall. Can I make it a pie chart?
Yeah.
Okay, well, biggest slice of our fans are can I do quotations in not a mean way, but more of a broad way
Yeah.
of Christians,
Yeah.
Christianity.
Yeah. It's got to be.
I'm gonna
accurate.
say that is 100.
No, what?
Oh, I thought
I said that's got to be accurate.
Oh, okay, 100. Some people converted and I did not know about. So I would say probably 75%.
Okay.
Because on average, I think we average about 40 listeners an episode,
I'll take
35 to 40. So I would say that 25. Well, I don't want to do the math in my head right now, but I'd say over 20
Okay.
would be.
Yeah.
Then 25% agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh wait, no, that's 100%. Sorry, 12.5% agnostic,
Okay.
12.5% atheist.
That's probably pretty good.
Do I think we have any Islamic fans? None come to mind, but we
No.
would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
I would love to hear from that woman in, where was she from? Shoot, she commented on our
Somewhere
YouTube
in
video.
Southeast Asia, right?
Yes, let us know. What do
Yeah.
you believe?
Yeah.
Hey, send us an email. Tell us what you believe and why.
Probably. Well, I shouldn't guess. Never mind. Yeah.
So, yeah. I do think it'd be fun to go to a service.
Nice.
What I don't want is, I don't like, maybe people disagree with me on this, and I totally understand why. But I would never want to, I don't want to be what's the right way to phrase this? A service merchant. I think that's a cool
What
way
does
to
that
say
mean?
it.
What does any of that mean?
Or a service mercenary.
Oh.
Yeah. Where you pick and choose your spots
Yeah.
to go. No offense to Catholics at all. But I feel like I hear a lot about them going to like Christmas Eve Mass or whatever, and then that's it.
Right. Yeah. Well, and Easter. They'd come back.
Right. They come back around. See you in many months, actually. Yeah. Not that that's a bad thing. Again, I totally understand if people disagree with my line.
But that's not
thinking.
what you want to be.
That's not what I want to be.
So you don't want to go on Easter.
I would want a little bit of a run up, like kind of like a light jog.
You got a couple weeks
before. Yeah.
for ending 3.
Well, you know, when local pastors don't reach back out.
Did I tell you I thought I saw him?
Oh my goodness. Crashed the car. Hey!
Where? I think I was at the airport and I thought I saw him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like a spitting image. And I thought, you know what would I do if it was him? Would I speak up for my friend?
I would hope so. Please get back
would
to
I
him.
say, hey,
hey
you
now.
left him on red.
Yeah. And it hurt.
In reality, I just hid because I didn't want to accidentally run into him.
And that's fair.
Yeah. I do that a lot when I see people.
You know what I think people feed off of? Like our listeners. And again, listeners, email us if you want to correct me. I think this is a good strategy, by the way. I'm just going to keep making assumptions on behalf of our listeners.
Nice.
Forcing them to write in to correct.
Love.
I think what do you think? Actually, you answer first. What do you think our listeners like listening to most when we're recording?
General chit chat and banter.
Okay, that's up there for me. I feel like that's a 1 or 2. I feel like the other one is when we are vulnerable.
Oh, I could see that. People love your religion podcast episode.
Wow. Like the big one?
The big one.
Oh, yeah.
People love that.
Very vulnerable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've been vulnerable on this.
Excellent point.
And I don't know that
Tell
I
us
will.
your biggest secret.
But I do think they like that for you.
Well, I just love it. It's funny. I think it goes hand in hand with... I think it's like a personality trait that is connected to... It's well known, and yes, I'm sorry that it happens. It's well known that I white lie all the time.
Okay, white lie.
Most of the time they're white lies.
White lie is like innocent. Not that yours aren't innocent, because sometimes they are, but sometimes yours are elaborate. Like, what's an elaborate lie color?
Oh,
like a blue lie?
Chartreuse.
Chartreuse lie.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
Chartreuse is a green, right?
Yeah, which is confusing.
Yeah, right. And I think elaborate again. I was gonna say that or no, I'm gonna lock in chartreuse. Okay, so I tell chartreuse lies and white lies from time to time.
Yes,
all the time. And wait, which lie do you think is more common?
I think that your white lies are more common, but your chartreuse lies are more
elaborate
and like memorable.
Oh, for sure. I would hope so.
Yeah.
Need the story. Let's keep the payroll going.
I gotta do it.
Yeah. Where's I going with this?
I have no idea.
Oh, I think, and maybe it's like a coping mechanism where I'm like, I lie, so I'm gonna be super vulnerable. Because it almost, like I do think it's interesting that I love sharing.
Yeah.
But I love lying. Like, or
lying.
That sentence never sounds good every time I say it. But I think it's great. If I could go back in time and rewrite my senior quote, it would either be "I love lying" or "I'm happy when I'm unhappy." Those are my 2 favorite things. You can ask Celia. I say that one all the time.
What was your senior quote? This is the generic one, or
no? It was Wow, I've told you. You're going to remember it as soon as I start saying it.
Gotta break out the yearbook.
Don't dwell on the past unless you did something cool, then dwell a little bit.
Oh, yep. But you didn't lie back then, did you?
No, I was a nice young Christian boy.
Except for you lied in, like, the 5th grade or whatever about moving.
I did do that. So there's been...
Yeah. It's always been in there.
Yeah. Like a caged animal. Yeah. That I finally let loose. These are the segues that I just know make your mom so sad. Lying.
What? It's okay, Mom. I'm influencing him to the good.
That's true. Has been for years.
Nice.
But anyways, I like that duality of
Yeah, that's interesting.
oversharing, but over lying. You would think you wouldn't have one. You wouldn't have both.
So I have a question. Back when we lived where we used to live, I feel like your lying was pretty consistent and like really frequent.
Sure.
Like what do you think the frequency is now? Like, is it still up there? Because for a while it felt like it dipped. You were trying to not lie so much.
That was my New Year's resolution. 2 years, either last year or 2 years ago.
But we're just
whoa.
That was my ring. Wow.
Oh, the wedding ring?
Yeah.
I'll just put it down there.
Thank you.
Well, I'm still a huge fan of like going to Starbucks and they're like, "What are you doing today?"
Yeah.
And then I'm like, "I'm buying a Fortune 500 company," or something stupid like that. I'm visiting from Syracuse.
Do you know where that is?
It's East Coast. There's a guy from, I forget his name. I wish I could quote it. Where he's like, Tony Lanarone, Dunder Mifflin, Syracuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forget his name.
That was good.
Thanks.
I actually have picked up your lying a little bit.
Oh.
When I like fly from here to my job.
Yeah.
Usually you have to check in with the pilots up front because you're catching a free ride.
Mm-hmm.
So normally you're like, "Hi, I'm so-and-so with this company.
Thanks for the ride.
Is it okay if I catch a ride?" And they say yes. But actually this ties into the car snafu.
Oh.
I was flying down to San Jose on an off day.
Okay.
To try and buy a car.
Right.
But instead of saying that, they asked me, I checked in up front, and they said, "Oh, where are you going to today?" And I lied and said, "Oh, I'm on a short call." Not true. I was not working.
Yeah.
And then they said, "Oh, why are you going to San Jose?" And I said, "Oh." I said, "Oh, my husband's picking me up there," which was kind of true.
Okay.
But really it was because I didn't want to explain that I was trying to buy a car in San Jose. And that just felt like a long story that no one needed.
I totally get that.
That was a bit of a lie.
Wow, Catch Me If You Can. That's what that felt like.
Really?
That story you just told.
I'm not really
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah, but he's not a pilot, right?
No, in the movie he pretends to be a pilot.
But he's not one though.
No, but he has to like lie about. They're like, "Where are you going?" And then I'm puddle jumping and he says
funny.
all these terms.
The
They're
lingo.
like, "You can just sit in the jump seat," and then he doesn't know where it is. It's a whole scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to give that a watch.
Yeah. I got it.
Nice.
What do you think's in here that's drawing them in?
I was thinking it would be
Probably
plant.
a banana peel.
No, those are exclusively in your car.
Right. Hopefully I have a new car by tomorrow.
Yes.
That would be very exciting.
Very.
I'm kind of the point where I just kind of want to, if it runs, here's the money. Like, I just want to get it over with.
That's how we were.
To get a new car.
Yeah.
And you know what? If it blows up in a month.
At least you had a car for a month.
Right. You know what? And then if I have that battle, like, I'll just get a new car.
Yeah.
And live with the financing of that. But, no, I'm just sick of waiting around.
I get that.
So, obviously I wouldn't buy it if it's like an absolute clunker, but...
Oh my goodness, actually, I bought a bunch of Carfax.
Oh.
Because we were looking for a car, and then I used it.
So dumb that costs money, by the way.
Yeah.
It frustrated me so
But
much.
I bought the package
the
because
cute little fox on the commercials.
It saves money.
Okay.
To buy the package. And I figured we're going to look at multiple cars.
Right. So it's still active?
I'm going to tell the people. Okay, so we have a car from my great aunt that we paid like $2,500 for. The transmission went out. The car place told us it was going to be $12,000 to fix it. So we said, not happening, we'll just buy a new car.
Yeah.
But we want a car for down where we work, and we don't need it to be nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we were trying to buy a car across the state on Facebook Marketplace, talking to people. I finally found someone. I reached out. She said, I can come look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I caught the flight, lied to the pilots, went to San Jose.
Yes.
Landed, literally touched down, was supposed to meet her in 45 minutes, and I texted her, and she said, oh, I just sold it.
Despicable.
So, really tough. But also, can't blame her. She had to get her money.
It saved money.
Yeah, she did. So, then, I'm like, okay, I don't know what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. My mom, I think, or dad texted me and said that my aunt and uncle were selling their car. And they offered to sell it to my parents, but they didn't want it. So I just bought that.
Right.
And so I didn't need all the Carfax. So I have 3 more. So if you want them,
whoa,
you can use them.
Okay.
Yeah, because I texted my cousin, but she's not buying a new car. She was kind of thinking, but isn't anymore. So now I just have them laying around.
Should we do it live?
Yeah.
I don't know if the picture. Okay.
But that's
sure
a good idea. Anyways, so you can have those.
Can you say the famous phrase?
I don't know.
Show me the Carfax.
Is that the phrase?
I think that's what they say in the commercial.
Show me the Carfax.
And it's the little fox guy. Right?
I don't know.
Carfox.
Probably. I can picture the fox. I can't hear the jingle.
Okay.
It's not like Mattress Ranch that you can definitely hear.
Can you sing it right now? Because it's been a while. They've been out of business for a while.
Yeah. Remember when people would go like
Save
down
more bucks at the mattress. Do you think he's alive? Didn't he go to prison?
What?
I don't know.
People would go walk down there and take a picture with him. From like junior high.
Did they also get a coffee from a nearby stand? It's one of the... I don't know why I did that. But it's one of those.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah, I think it has been.
It wasn't one that was...
Espresso gone wild.
There's multiple Mattress Ranches, so maybe we're talking about different
I'm talking about the
places.
one in Gorst.
I'm talking about the one by the high school.
Oh, I just said that. That's fine.
The armpit of our county.
There's a Mattress Ranch by the high school?
Yeah, that's where people would walk down and take pictures with him.
Where?
Well, not like on the main drag, and then you're like driving and it's on the right, and then you go up to the left to the high school.
Can you name other landmarks?
The one with the animals, like that barn.
Oh my goodness, that was a Mattress Ranch?
No.
Oh.
That was what it always was, but then shortly past it was the Mattress Ranch.
Okay.
By those weird...
By the DMV.
I don't know. By the weird fields.
Okay.
The baseball fields.
Yeah, there were no Espresso Gone Wilds there.
No.
Can confirm.
Okay.
Phew.
I'm sure the people really liked listening to that.
Let's quickly
Right,
go over
yeah.
what we've nailed today.
Yeah.
And then wrap up. Because I'm sure they love that. Nailed fan comment. Nailed weather report. Nailed general chit chat.
General chit chat.
Nailed phone rant. Car sales / purchases. Then that leaves us with 3 things that we're just not going to get to today.
Tough.
Well, what? Yeah, I mean,
No,
nothing. We gotta wrap up.
That's
okay.
on us.
That's on us. Sorry, guys. We had so much more to talk about. We're gonna push to the next episode. We do this every time.
That's okay.
Hopefully, I might stay up to get this edited today. I just might.
Nice.
Never know when I'm feeling motivated.
Love that.
But I feel like it'll be nice to have.
Yeah.
And then I might be hanging out with Stripes tomorrow.
Right.
And so that's something we could listen to.
You and
while
Stripes
we're
could
test
listen
driving
to...
the car. Hey, can I plug in? I gotta put something on.
Hey, Stripes.
Hey, there you go. Nice.
Critique him for not going to the restaurant I recommended.
It's not his fault.
It
was his friend's fault.
Okay.
Okay. He really wanted to go. He felt bad.
Right.
He genuinely felt bad.
Okay.
All right.
It's my favorite restaurant in the world.
Is this the one that you got splashed while trying to get to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Wow. So it's worth it, folks. Can you name it?
Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Hawaiian.
Ginza Byron Tonkatsu restaurant.
Great.
Something like that.
Look it up, fans. All right, well, that just about does it here. I'm going to pretend like I'm reading the card with information on it. Thank you to all our fans for listening. Thank you to Sully for bringing some snickerdoodles over today. Delicious.
And what else?
And some coffee. And flowers. There were flowers. Yeah. Thanks, Mike, for buying dinner. You're welcome. I do that sometimes, Celia. Like, I'll give her a compliment. Like, oh, like, this dress looks great.
Yeah.
And then she's such kind of like, because you call her, what, a sprite sometimes, or a fairy? Or
a sprite?
Like a garden sprite.
I've never heard that
really?
word before.
No, it's like a little cute
like a gnome?
No, like a fairy.
Yeah, she's like a little forest fairy.
Right.
Yeah.
Sprite basically means the same thing.
Okay.
Anyways.
It's a drink.
So she's so... she's so fairy-like.
Yeah.
That she just becomes so caught up in the good, happy feelings of the compliment that she then forgets to tell me that I look good in whatever I'm wearing.
Yeah.
And then I compliment myself, and then she feels bad.
I can see that.
I'm worried, by the way, just the way I was just speaking to you. I feel like it's the way I've been speaking to you for the last 30 minutes. And it feels really quiet and really directed at you. I'm not sure we'll pick up anything.
It is both of those things.
Yeah.
Especially after you critiqued me for my volume.
I know. I don't know why I got so quiet. You know what? I think I forgot we were recording. Just having such a nice time.
Classic.
Just chatting.
Just chatting.
So... yeah, thanks for what you brought. Thanks for what I brought. If you want to email us, you can email us at mikeandsullypod@gmail.com.
Just really anything, people, please.
Yeah,
just
your
any...
religious preferences,
yeah.
Your favorite
your political
season.
preferences.
Yeah. Really anything. What you like about us, what you hate about us.
What you want us to talk about, what you absolutely never want to hear again.
Sure, because, we sprinkled in a little aviation talk. Because it seems like there's a handful of fans out there that want you to talk exclusively about aviation.
Yeah,
and
but it's a religious pod.
I don't know how to tell you guys, but I have a lot to talk about each episode, so we just don't have time. We don't have time to work it in.
But when we do that flight up north to the San Juans, you'll have a lot to talk about in regards to aviation.
Yes.
So
love that.
Look forward to that.
Yes. Yeah, alright, well, next episode will be sometime in a few weeks, probably. Happy April Fool's Day.
We should do an episode for that.
Okay.
April Fool's.
April Fool's, it's April 15th, and we forgot to record.
Okay.
But thank you so much. I suppose let's go unlock the cellar door and turn it over to the whale. Here we go. Take it away, whale. Well, no, that's... Oh, wait. Do we usually just say goodbye? You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot again. Because I thought we'd come back again. Like, this is a blooper. Hang on.
Well, now I'm confused.
No, we'll edit it back in. What you did is correct.
Okay.
Goodbye.
I love